Another Dolph Lundgren review for the Dolphathon, where I'm trying to get to as many Dolph Lundgren films as I can. This time we get to Blackjack. Now, if you don't know what this is, or if you've never heard of the film, it's because this was a made-for-TV movie. From what I understand, in 1998, this was supposed to be a pilot for a TV show for the USA Network, which would follow Dolph Lundgren's character through various things. Character of Jack Devlin. And it's directed by John Woo. John fucking Woo. So, okay, it's a TV movie, so it's not going to have as big of a budget as other films of Dolph, let alone John Woo's. And hey, Dolph Lundgren being on the TV show, that's cool. Chuck Norris had Walter Texas Ranger. Hell, Lorenzo Lamas had, what was it, Renegade. Even Jean-Claude Van Damme had Jean-Claude Van Johnson, which I really enjoyed. That was on Amazon TV show. Well, Amazon show. But this is a very lame, overlawn, stupid movie. The fact you get Dolph Lundgren and John Woo together should have been like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, here I am looking at, the poster, Hard Target, one of my favorite films of all time. When I did my Jean-Claude Van Damme movie marathon, where I reviewed all of Van Damme's films, I talked about Hard Target for like an hour. That's how much I love that film. Broken Arrow, I reviewed that on this channel. I think Broken Arrow is one of the most underrated action films of the 1990s. Hard Boiled is great. The Killer is great. I even like Paycheck. I like the end of Paycheck, but I like Paycheck with Ben Affleck. I reviewed that. If you want to know why the fuck I like that film, feel free to watch that review. I do like Paycheck with Ben Affleck, Uma Thurman, Aaron Eckhart, Joe Morton, Paul Giamatti. Paycheck I'd rather watch than this film again. Easily. Because while this film, Dolph is not the problem, Fred Williamson's in it for like 5 minutes. Him and Dolph get like one scene together, which sucked. I wish Fred Williamson was in it more. It was cool to see them share the screen for like one scene. And there's a couple good action set pieces. The first 15 minutes, Dolph is protecting this girl while bad guys try to get into this big rich house. And Dolph is slow-mo shooting, jumping off balconies. There's a point he gets blinded and the girl's guiding him where to shoot. There's a point where he throws the girl off into the swimming pool and he jumps out. As he jumps out, there's a big explosion behind him. There's a trampoline here. He gets on the trampoline, shooting bad guys. I'm like, for a USA Network TV movie, this is pretty damn good. Later on, there's a sequence, this right here, where this car in front of Dolph, this time he's protecting the supermodel. It blows up, and there's bad guys and motorcycles. There's a moment where Dolph slides the motorcycle and is shooting while another guy is on a motorcycle going up, and Dolph shoots it, blows up, real people on fire. There's another scene later on where Dolph turns the bike around, shoots, and blows up a bike with a guy on it, and the guy's on fire. Real stunt work, real danger. And the shootouts are pretty... if this was again, for a TV movie, pretty damn good. But compared to John Woo's, other than the fact it's muted John Woo because it's made for TV, this says rated R, but I don't know how that's the case when this was made for the USA Network, so they couldn't be that violent. That's why I'm talking about muted John Woo. I can deal with that just hell. I like Paycheck. That's a PG-13 film. It's still pretty good action scenes. Number one, they're too few and far in between in this hour and 52-minute movie. It's way too fucking long for a TV movie. It's way too fucking long for this movie. This movie did not have enough story or anything for an hour and 52 minutes. It should have been one of those pilots that was an hour long, but you take out commercials, it would have been like 45, 47 minutes long. I know sometimes they do these where they make a movie and then to set everything up, then there'll be a TV show. They didn't have enough story for it. So it was a mistake here. The villain, the stalker guy, was lame as a duck fuck. Where he wants this supermount, he's a stalker, but from time to time he'll stand in front of empty chairs doing fucking Shakespeare, going blood, blood. Shut up. But the worst fucking thing about this film, what puts into what the fuck is this shit stupidity? The movie begins, Dolph protecting his little kid, who the family's a friend of his, and that family owns a casino. So he's protecting this kid. And again, he's shootouts in this house. Something's thrown. It screws up Dolph's eyes. He can't see for a little bit. He ultimately does get his vision back. But because of that, he has a phobia to the color white. The color white. And there's this sexy psychiatrist who says, well, you're not really afraid of it, but it represents something maybe from your childhood, or the white represents something that you might be afraid of. So white is his kryptonite. If he sees, at times he has to wear sunglasses as if he's fucking Daredevil. And if white, he gets out of it pretty much close to catatonic. There's a scene where it's like a milk factory, and this milk is shooting on Dolph, and so the bad guy's beating the shit out of Dolph because of milk. Fucking milk! And then later on, he's chasing the bad guy. The bad guy just drops a white sheet in front of Dolph, and Dolph freezes. Like, okay, I'm not making fun of people who have this sort of thing in real life. I'm sure, for an action movie, it's a stupid idea. It's a stupid idea. The color white, it just comes off as silly, ridiculous, and fucking dumb. The phobia of white. God forbid the guy tries to jerk off, because if he comes, he'll go into a coma. Oh, fuck! It leads into an ending where Dolph is trying to rescue the supermodel from this bad guy. The bad guy has all this white around. He's even dressed in white. Dolph's out of it, and he remembers words that the little girl said, that he lives with him now. Because by this point, the parents died off screen, so now he's the girl's uncle and lives with him. And she's like, we'll get rid of your phobia. Just think of, white is good. It's marshmallows and fluffy clouds. And so Dolph literally is saying this out loud. Marshmallows. Fluffy white clouds. What the fuck else did he say? And okay, if he went into a TV show, what, he was going to be afraid of white every week? Or would he get a new phobia every week? This week he's afraid of spiders. This week he's afraid of fucking, I don't know, he's afraid of fucking dogs. He's afraid of fucking cars. He's afraid of fucking glasses. He's afraid of fucking socks. I don't know. Like, if you're setting up for a TV show, why are you doing this? Was it really needed? No. It just comes off as silly and stupid. And this movie just so fucking overlong, and the action scenes are so few and far in between. And even if you got into a TV show, it wouldn't have those big elaborate action sequences. Just it's not like John Woo was going to direct every episode. So it'd probably have action in the style of Walter Texas Ranger or something of that nature. Dolph at like once in a blue moon has these things with playing cards. I'm like, who the fuck are you, Gambit? And okay, the plot after that shootout at the beginning, he saves the girl. Sometime later passes. Like I said, the girl's parents die off screen, so she lives with Dolph. You also have Saul Rubinek as a buddy of Dolph with an eye patch, which they keep calling him a pirate. And he's Dolph's buddy. And then it cuts to the supermodel being stalked by this guy. Fred Williamson's going to protect her, asks Dolph to help. Dolph says, no, I have this little girl to protect, to take care of. Fred Williamson's like, okay, in the one scene. And then Fred Williamson gets shot. He doesn't get killed, but he gets shot. And then the wife goes, please, you gotta help. And Dolph's like, okay, while Fred's in a coma. And I don't think we ever see Fred Williamson again. Did he get out of the coma? Was he going to be part of the actual TV show? I don't know. He didn't show up at the end at least that I remember. I don't fucking remember him showing up. You have this weird scene where Dolph's dancing with the model because the model took pills, so he's trying to wake her up. So Dolph has this goofy dance scene with the girl trying to wake her up. And just a lot of talking and talking, talking with the little girl, talking with the psychiatrist, talking with his buddy Saul Rubinek. The supermodel, I didn't think she was much of an actress. The villain was fucking laughable, but I was threatening as a fucking puppy dog. Then you have the part with the motorcycle I talked about. That was a fun bit of action. Then at one point, him and his buddy Saul Rubinek are caught by the killer. Dolph chases after. That's where the sheet comes down. Ah! One at least another, the killer gets the girl, and Dolph has a shootout with the killer. Oh, to combat his fear of white, he takes his lighter that his father gave him, because there's a little backstory, like him and his father worked casinos, and he was a kid. He was supposed to get the signal from his dad, but the lighter didn't work for the signal, so his dad got killed. I'm like, okay, that's trauma, but what does that have to do with the color white? Which I thought was the point of this backstory of trying to find out what his fear, phobia. If they did, it went over my head. Pretty much he gets the lighter and turns it on right up to his face, so things are orange, reddish orange, not white. So he didn't really conquer his phobia. He just found a way around it, I guess. Just not like, fuck the white. Shoots the killer. Supermodel's safe. Goes back to the little girl and his buddy Sal Rubinek for a TV show that never happened. Yeah, I just realized the title Blackjack. His name is Jack. Black because he's afraid of the color white, so he likes black. And once in a while he has cards, like Blackjack. I just realized that, so that's how they got the title Blackjack. Definitely one of John Woo's lesser movies. I'd probably still rather watch this than Wind Talkers. But even I'm not a fan of Mission Impossible 2, but I probably would have to put that above this. Because at least the budget is there. And it goes at a little bit faster pace than this. And I like some of the music in my Mission Impossible 2. I'm just not a big fan of the movie, but I reviewed all the Mission Impossible films. If you want to know my thoughts, feel free to check them out. But yeah, this is a very disappointing film. You get John Woo, worked with Van Damme, John Travolta. Oh, cool, with Dolph. This is what you get. So fucking disappointing. Phobia of the color white. So fucking stupid. But thanks for watching. Take care. A lot of stuff should have been cut out of this too. That's another big problem. Not just the phobia white thing. Just running time is way too fucking long. And it doesn't justify that long running time. And for Williamson, why do you have him there for like one scene? Well, technically, one scene to establish him, one scene with Dolph, one scene he gets shot, and one scene he's in bed in a coma. Or maybe it's not technically a coma, but he's wounded and he's trying to heal up. He's sleeping. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.